Okay, what is crypto wallet? You must have heard this name more often in recent time. If you want to buy any cryptocurrency, say example Bitcoin, you need a crypto wallet. And also, if you want to buy NFT, you must have heard this name as well, non-fungible token. You need a crypto wallet. So, what is crypto wallet? How does it different from our physical wallet, or how does it different from the wallets which are offered by the payment services like Paytm? So, I'd like to introduce what is crypto wallet and the technology behind creating crypto wallet. So, before we look into crypto wallet, I thought we could start from how we uh, identify ourselves while we log into any website. It's a typical password authentication. Most applications are doing that way. For example, I have 1 lakh rupee in my bank account, and I want to transfer the amount to my friend. First step is I need to authenticate myself into that website so that the bank will know that I'm the one who is transferring the amount. And after authenticating or entering the credential, I will go to the fund transfer section and do the transfer. But here the problem is to identify myself successfully on the bank's website. Bank have to store my password on their system as well. Though we say like it is secure, they have they take many many steps to protect my password on their website, but it's always there is a risk. Some we have seen many scenarios in the past where passwords are compromised. And one more risk is that I need to remember the password, I need to write it somewhere, or I need to remember and also I have to type it on the browser. There is some hacker smart enough, this hacker should be able to read my password and I enter it on the browser. So in the cryptography or in the cryptocurrency or blockchain world, we completely get rid of password to identify ourselves. Then how we are going to identify ourselves? Because I say I own 1 Bitcoin, there should be some identity attached to that asset in the blockchain. Then only I should be able to transfer the Bitcoin currency to one another person, or I can either spend it or I can do something. But the blockchain network which manages Bitcoin, it doesn't store my password, but there should be a mechanism to authenticate myself on the blockchain. So now there is a need of different authentication mechanism. So that mechanism is based on cryptography, that is public key cryptography. So the public key cryptography is the way of authenticating or encrypting the message which is sent among system. The public keys cryptography method requires two files or two keys. One is public key, another one is private key. Private key is private to me, so I cannot share the private key to anyone. But that public key is public. The public key in Bitcoin world or in cryptocurrency world, public key will be on the blockchain. Now let's see a cryptographic technique which is used a long time back. Even if we might have tried this technique during our school days, but it is a simple cryptographic technique. So cryptography is nothing but you are encrypting the message so that no one other than the receiver be able to understand. So consider I'm writing a letter to my friend. and I am writing an open postcard. So I have to write ABC. That is the message for my friend. The postman should not be able to read it, or any person who is having access to the postcard should not be able to read it. What I can do is, or what people did is, they shifted the character with a fixed number, either right or left. So here in this image you can see shifted, the characters are shifted thrice on right side. If I want to write ABC, I will write like DEF. Only the receiver will be able to understand, because we already communicated. Whenever I write a letter, I will be shifting all the characters right 3 times. So you shift all the characters left 3 times. So you read the message, but nobody in the middle will be able to understand as they don't know the encryption technique. But this is in olden days. But now people and computers are smart enough to crack this simple encryption method. That's why we have a need of creating a complex cryptographic method where we encrypt that message in a way that nobody in the middle will be able to decrypt it other than the intended receiver. In a picture, as I already told, there are two keys, public and private key. So this image, if you see, if I want to send hello one message to, I want to send Bob and Alice are communicating here. Bob wants to send a message called hello Alice. What Bob does is, Bob uses Alice public key. So Alice already shared the public key to Bob, and using that public key, Bob is encrypting the message, encrypting using some algorithm. So we will see what is that algorithm. Using that algorithm, that hello Alice text got transferred into some bytes. It is not humanly understandable. It is readable. It is not understandable. So we send this message on the wire or letter. Maybe nobody in the middle able to understand this message, but it reaches Alice. Alice uses his or her private key, decrypt that message, and able to see the original text. This is how the encryption and decryption work in public key cryptography. The similar image here you can see from. Here I wanted to show what is how the private key looks like. As you see, this is a random, it's not a random string, it's a mathematically calculated string. There is a public key as well, which is corresponding to the private key. These are not humanly understandable, but your actual message will get encrypted using this public key, and it will be decrypted using this key. There are a lot of mathematical calculation going on behind, which we don't interested to know right now, but it's very important to understand the private key and public key should be belongs to each other. That means so I need to have my private key and public key pair to encrypt and decrypt my message. I cannot use someone else's private key to decrypt the message which got encrypted with my private key, public key, sorry. So one more thing is, we will always have only one private key, but we can have many public keys. Different cryptography method available. So I just started this picture, but there are most often cryptography method like RSA and SSH are mostly used. These are different algorithms, that is mathematical formula to calculate this key pairs. With this understanding, let's look what is cryptocurrency wallet. Okay. So far we saw what is cryptography, what is private key and public key. Now the wallet is nothing but the place we are going to store our private key securely. The private key is something going to be like this. So So you need a place to store it very secure, because if you lose access to the private key, you lose access to your cryptocurrency or the access to your blockchain. Even if you have thousands of Bitcoin, even if you are the developer of the Bitcoin, nobody will be able to help you. You lose all the coins. So it is very important for us to keep the private key very secure, so we can use the wallets to store our private key. It doesn't mean like we need a wallet always to store it, because wallets are available in different form. One is paper wallet. I can just write this string or these characters on paper and store it securely. The other kind of wallet could be like I can buy a USB or disk. I can store this private key there. And third type, or easy to use type, is kind of a software wallet, which is provided by different providers. It's more like a website where we need to create an account for us, and they store the wallet on behalf of us. But there is a risk there using online wallet, because as we are storing our private key in others' website, there is a possibility of light possibility of compromising our private key. So we will see in the next video how we can store our private keys in a software wallet and use that key stored in the wallet to buy an NFT or buy an cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.